Gideon had a problem that many of us still have today. He believed the negative things he thought about himself. When God called him to do something great, Gideon's first response was not faith, it was self-doubt. He said, "My family is the weakest, and I am the least in my family." In other words, "God, you've got the wrong person." But God didn't see Gideon the way Gideon saw himself. In the book of Judges chapter 6, the Israelites were suffering under the oppression of the Midianites. They were afraid, hiding, and struggling to survive. One day, Gideon was secretly threshing wheat in a winepress to hide it from the enemy. He wasn't acting like a mighty warrior. He was acting like someone who was afraid. And something amazing happened. The angel of the Lord appeared to Gideon and said, "The Lord is with you, mighty warrior." Imagine hearing that. Gideon wasn't leading an army. He wasn't a king. He wasn't famous. He was hiding. Yet God called him a mighty warrior. Why? Because God wasn't speaking to Gideon based on his current situation. God was speaking according to who Gideon was created to become. But Gideon couldn't see himself that way. He replied, "My clan is the weakest in Manasseh, and I'm the least in my family." Notice what Gideon did. He described himself based on his circumstances. He looked at his family background. He looked at his limitations. He looked at what society thought of him. He looked at what he lacked. But God looked at his potential. God looked at his purpose. God looked at the strength he had placed inside him. And God said, "I will be with you." That changed everything. Gideon's victory didn't begin when he defeated the Midianites. It began when he started believing what God said about him. Little by little, Gideon stopped seeing himself through the lens of fear and started seeing himself through the lens of faith. Eventually, with only 300 men, Gideon defeated an enemy army that seemed impossible to overcome. Think about that. The man who once hid in fear became the man who led Israel to victory. What changed? His circumstances didn't change first. His identity did. And that's the lesson for us today. Many of us are living according to labels that other people have placed on us. Maybe someone told you that you're not smart enough. Maybe someone said you're not talented enough. Maybe you've failed so many times that you've started defining yourself by your mistakes. But God doesn't see you the way society sees you. God doesn't see you the way your family sees you. God doesn't even see you the way you currently see yourself. God sees the purpose He placed inside you. He sees the gifts you haven't discovered yet. He sees the strength you don't realize you have. He sees the future He has prepared for you. The world may call you weak. God may call you strong. The world may call you ordinary. God may call you chosen. The world may call you insignificant. God may call you a leader. So don't allow fear, insecurity, or the opinions of others to define your identity. See yourself the way God sees you. Speak about yourself the way God speaks about you. Believe what God says about you more than what your circumstances say. Because when you begin to see yourself through God's eyes, your entire life can change. Just like Gideon, you may feel small today. But with God, small people can accomplish great things. Remember this: your current situation does not determine your future. Your past does not define your purpose. And your weaknesses do not limit what God can do through you. See yourself the way God sees you, because that's what truly matters.